Hey y'all, it's Mrs. Dix here again with your January guidance. I hope you guys are excited as I am to learn a little something today. So, today we are talking about something that happens to all of us. And so it matters to every single one of you watching. Now, just like always, this lesson is going to look a little bit different for you guys at home. If you were here in the school building, it would maybe be a little bit more fun and we would be able to be loud together and all of that. But just because you're at home doesn't mean that we can't have a little bit of fun today. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to tell you is that I am so proud of all of you who have participated in our responsibility discussion. Now, you can find that on your Schoology account, whether you're in second or third grade. It's on both of your walls, and you can see where it says that our main idea, our big idea for January has been responsibility. And I have had lots of you comment how you can show responsibility at home every day. And I have responded to all of those. I've really enjoyed reading them. So great job. You can pat yourselves on the back for that one. But moving forward, today our lesson is about something that happens to all of us. It still even happens to Mrs. Dix. So the word of today is conflict. Say it after me. Conflict. Conflict. All right, now you've got the word, but what is conflict? Think for about 5 seconds. What is conflict? I'm very proud of you if you know, but if you don't know, that's okay too. So conflict is usually something that happens with another person. And that person could be someone who we call a friend. It could be someone that is our family member. Or it could be someone who we don't even really know. So conflict, you can remember conflict by 3 different words. Okay? Our first word is problem. Okay, so conflict is when you have a problem, and that could be with someone else. Now, the second word is argument. Okay, so it could be that you have an argument with someone else. Okay, and then our last word, but definitely not the least, is disagreement. Okay. So it's when you are not agreeing with other people around you. Now, let's say it all together so that we can really remember it. And if you're at home, make sure you stand up. I remember things better when I say it over and over and when I'm standing up. All right, are you ready? All right, conflict. Conflict is a problem, an argument, a disagreement. Good job if you repeat it after me. Now, remember, this could be with someone who's our friend, someone who's our family member. Conflict is not always a terrible thing. And I'll tell you why. Conflict sometimes gives us a chance to solve things, to make things better, to fix them. So if you are here and if you know me, you know I love to give you guys good news in most of our guidance lessons. But today I have just a little bit of bad news for you. The little bit of bad news today is that we are not learning how to get rid of conflict completely, okay? Because guess what? It's not possible. It's not possible to keep conflict from happening at all. Here's why. If you were in a classroom or even at home with your family members, I want you to look around your house, whoever is home right now, and ask yourself, do we all like the same things? Do we all agree on what we should have for dinner every night? Do we all love the same sports or even the same sports teams? Do we all like to wear the same kinds of clothes? The answer is probably no. Because guess what? We are all different, and that is okay. We all feel different things, we all think different things, and we all maybe believe different things, and that is okay. What is not okay is having the conflict and having arguments and having problems and doing nothing. And so today, that is what we are going to learn about. We are going to learn about, yes, conflict is going to happen, but when it happens, how do we make it better? Do we talk to someone else to make sure that, hey, you know what, we disagree, but how can we make this better between us? Okay? So your first job is to put on that thinking cap, okay? And turn it all the way on, because you got to think real hard on this one. Turn it all the way on. Your job right now is to think of a time when you had a problem or an argument or a disagreement at home. I can think of a lot. When you have that in your head, think about, what was it about? Maybe it was about sister wanted my toy and I didn't want her to have it. Maybe it was about, oh my goodness, my brother broke my favorite toy and we had an argument about it. Maybe it was something as simple as, well, I wanted McDonald's for dinner and he wanted Wendy's and we ended up getting Wendy's, and that's unfair. Conflict happens every day, even at home with people that we love, even at school with your friends, even in your neighborhoods playing with your friends. If you can't decide what you want to play together, so you end up getting in a fight over it. I can tell you that conflict still happens to me, and so that's why we are going to work through those ideas on how to solve conflict today. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to explain something. So my second graders here at school have been watching a very short video and then talking about the video afterwards to decide how did they solve the conflict in the video. Okay? So my second graders, if you are in second grade right now, pause the video and go on down and watch our video. Okay? It is about a moose and a bear. And I want you to notice who solves the conflict and how do they solve the conflict. Okay? Once you have done that, you may join us back in the video over here where we are going to talk about some things we can do to solve conflict, okay? Okay, now, my third graders. This is what we are going to do together right now. And if you're in second grade, you can do this with us as well. I just wanted you to know that there's another option for you all to go watch a different video, okay? Now, third grade, I'm going to give you guys a few examples, okay? And if you think that you know how they should be solving this problem, then you can talk to the camera, you can pretend you're talking to me, but I want you guys to think of some ways that we can solve these problems, all right? And I'm going to help you through it. The first one says, Brad and Katie are good friends. Katie keeps talking in class to Brad, but he doesn't want to get in trouble, but he also doesn't want to ignore her. What does he do? Now, I know you guys are at home, but sometimes maybe you're at the dinner table or whatever, and your parents don't want you talking. And your brother keeps talking to you, but you know you're going to get in trouble if you keep talking. Well, what can you do? Well, surely there are some times that you can talk to one another. So maybe we need to pause and let's think. What would we do if we were in Brad and Katie's situation? Well, if Brad is my friend and Katie is my friend, I might say, well, Katie, we are allowed to talk at recess, at lunch, and during our free time. Do you think that we could stop talking during class and talk during those times? I think Katie would say yes. So that's what we're going to add. We are going to add that you all need to talk it out. Okay? All right. Another thing that they have done in this situation is they have come up with a solution. They've decided that, okay, so we can't talk during class, but we can talk during these times. That's when we're going to do it. Now, if Katie says, no, I want to talk to you now in class, who does Brad need to ask for help? If you were at school, who would you ask for help? Your teacher, right? You can always ask the teacher for help. Now, if you were at home, you would ask an adult for help, right? Okay. Next situation. Let me find a really good one. If you were here at school, usually what we would do is we would get into teams and you guys would work these out together. But since you are at home, we are going to do it like this. Okay, Jose and Brittany are friends. Jose found a note that Brittany wrote about him and it had mean names about him in it. What should Jose do to make things better? If they are friends, do you feel like they should do number one? Should they talk it out? Yeah. I feel like Jose should ask Brittany, Brittany, why are you writing mean things about me when we're friends? Now, pay attention to how I said that, right? Did I say, Brittany, why are you talking so meanly about me? I don't like that, and I'm not going to be your friend. No, I didn't say that. I said, Brittany, please tell me, why are you writing mean things about me when we're friends? Do you hear the difference in my voice? One voice, I was very angry. And the other voice, I was very calm. And when you stay calm, you are much more likely to solve the problem. So we're going to add that. Stay calm. There's another thing I did. In the first example, I used mean words towards Brittany. I did not use my nice words. So make sure when you are solving conflict, you are using what kind of words? Nice words, right? Use nice words. All right, let's keep moving. Our next one, Sarah and Tommy are trying to play together. Sarah wants to play catch with a ball, but Tommy wants to play tag. They only have 20 minutes at recess. What could they do to solve this problem? 20 minutes. Well, they could play catch first with the ball, and then they could play tag, right? But to make it fair, how long do they need to spend doing each thing? If they have 20 minutes at recess, they want to do two things. So we need to split the time in half. So what is half of 20? 10, right? So they could play catch for 10 minutes to make Sarah happy, and then they could play tag for 10 minutes to make Tommy happy. We call that taking turns, right? take turns. Okay. Let's pretend really quickly, my kiddos at home, if there has been something happen where it was on accident. So let's pretend that your brother or sister accidentally tripped you in the living room. Their foot was sticking out just a little too far and you accidentally tripped. Do you feel like that's conflict, or do you feel like that was just an accident? Right. It sounds like it was just an accident. So if you know that it was an accident, there is something that we need to talk about. It's called ignoring it or letting it go, right? So sometimes things happen to us that are completely accidental. It was not on purpose. So I'm going to add ignore it or let it go. If it is a very big problem and you feel like you are not going to be able to get over it until we figure it out, then you can talk about it, try to fix it, right? But if it's a small problem and you can just let it go and it's not really a big deal and you're not really upset about it, then yes, we can ignore it. Now, there's one important thing that we have not talked about yet, and that has to do with talking about it. Our number one example. If you tried to tell me why you wanted to play a game and I was looking up at the sky, not paying attention to you, and you were trying to tell me how you were feeling and I was not listening to you and I was looking at the ground, and I was waving at my friends across the road and not looking at you and not listening to you, do you think that talking it out would work? No. So that's a very important thing that we have to have. If we are going to talk about it, you guys need to be what? Listening, right? Paying attention to the other person, because when you give them your attention, you're showing them that you also want to solve the problem, right? So let's add that one up there as well. We're going to add listen to them. All right. Now, there is one more word that I really want to talk about, okay? That word is, it's a pretty large word, but I know you guys can get it. It is compromise. Let me make sure y'all can see that. Yes. Compromise. Say it after me. Compromise. Compromise. You might be thinking, Mrs. Dix, what in the world does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. When you compromise, you are making sure that both people get a little bit of what they want. So where we talked about taking turns with the playing tag and with the catch, if I had looked at Tommy and said, I know you want to play catch, but today we're going to do what I want to do, and we are going to play hopscotch the whole recess. Would I be giving Tommy a little bit of what he wants, or is it all about me? Right, it's all about me. So instead, I look at Tommy and I say, okay, Tommy, you want to hopscotch and I want to play catch. So here's what I think we should do. So that we both get a little bit of what we want today, can we hopscotch for 10 minutes for you and play catch for 10 minutes for me? And Tommy would probably say what? Yeah, sounds good. So when we decide to make each other a little bit happy, we are making a deal with each other. We are compromising. Okay, and that is Mrs. Dick's favorite way to solve conflict, is to compromise, so that everyone's just a little bit happy. I'm going to write under here, it means to make One more time. Compromise is where you make a deal so that both of you are getting a little bit of what you want to make you happy. Okay? Now that we have got a few examples on our board, I would like to show you what you're going to be doing for your activity at home. This will be scanned into your documents, okay? So it will be on the assignment. This is what your paper looks like, okay? I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. Here is my example. All of your fingers are going to be filled with examples that we have talked about. And these are the ways that we can solve conflict. Now, you have 5 fingers, right? So how many examples do you need? 5, right? Good job. But there's a twist on it. You know I always love to give you guys a twist. The twist is there's actually going to be 6 total examples because I want you to put your most favorite way to solve conflict right here in the middle, okay? And like I said earlier, my favorite is compromise. But your favorite may be to talk it out. It may be to ask for help. It may be to listen to them. And that just made me think we need to add one. If you are rude to someone like I was to Tommy a minute ago and told him that we're going to do what I want to do, if we are rude to someone, when we come back to them, we know we've been rude to them. What do we need to say to help solve that problem? Sorry, right? So I'm going to add that one as another way to solve conflict. That is very important. Say what? Sorry. Good job. Yes. Okay. So back to where I was. Yes, you are going to put one example in each finger. But your 6th example goes right here in your palm because that is your most favorite way to solve conflict, okay? And yours may be different from mine. Mine is compromise, but yours may be something else. If you come up with other ways to solve conflict other than what's on the board, that is perfectly fine. You may add those in here as well. If you were here in class, we would have come up with about 5 more examples. And so I do encourage you all to think about this outside of school. Think about how we can solve conflict more than just what's on the board right here, okay? All right, after you have done this, you may color your hand, and then you may take a picture of it and send it to me in Schoology, or you could scan it to me in Schoology. Whatever you want to do, but I do love seeing y'all's work at home. It makes me very, very happy. If you have any questions at all about what you're supposed to do, just message me on Schoology and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I want you all to know that whether you are a virtual learner and you have been this whole year, or if you are one of our traditional learners and you're just having to stay home for a little bit right now, I want you to know that we think about you guys every day and that we miss you, and we just hope that you all are staying safe and happy and healthy, and that we are always, always here for you if you need us at all. I guess that's all I have to talk about today. If you have any questions, reach out to me, okay? And I will see you next time.